do you got there?
Corn checks.
Corn checks.
Yeah.
So out of all the available cereals in the world, you went with the corn checks?
You know, I've been influenced by your segment on because I was like,
Cereal. The
if I'm gonna,
groundbreaking.
yeah, that
Edit-
was groundbreaking research.
Yeah. Editorial, right? That's the, yes.
So
in the newspaper biz, see?
I've allowed myself to venture out into more juvenile style, crunch berries. I don't know. I mean, I'll go that way. Fruity Pebbles. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I think it's a law.
There's a little too much dye in it, though.
They have to do
it
something.
It affects things.
But I think there was I think there was a law or something happened where there's only allowed to have so much sugar or whatever. So like,
I think you're right. Yeah.
Some sort of thing, some measure. Don't write to me with a subpoena or whatever you kids do. So tell me more. This is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges. I am at Brian Sturges. Follow me, Brian Sturges. At whatever.
You need to go to that.
Brian Sturges, BrianSturges.com. At Tim Hall Music, at TimHallMusic.com. At Josh K. Willis, at Cliff Beach Music, and
Hazy Fox.
General Mills.
Yeah.
Hit him up for this. Is that a fine General Mills cereal?
I believe so. I believe Corn Chex is General Mills.
He's a General
Comment below.
Mills. See these mills? I own them. I have a small guerrilla army which protects the oats. So tell me more about some of this. Did it look like your background? Your dye?
Specifically,
are you about
probably
to pull up an
around this the bluish green situation. Yeah.
Have you ever had now? Okay, I don't want to. Okay, first of all,
we're not going.
Let's
there.
all agree that this show should not exist, and there was at no point did we agree that we would start with a poo humor joke. But I will share with
contract.
I will share. This is why my parents are ashamed of me. I once had a bright green
evacuation
bachelor's of music, the old BM. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, I put some flat fives on that. So it was a bright, kind of like a Irish need not apply sort of green. You know, with their shillelaghs.
It's shocking. With their shillelaghs.
Whatnot. Yeah, but then, that General Mills came in and said, "Get the Irish out of my town." And then he took the shillelagh and he's like, and they worked it out. And the Irish guys were like, okay. So what? They sat down and Leah Iacocca was there, and he says he was the mediator between General Mills and, of course, the Irish. And they said, what if you came up with a cereal? And they're like, will it be highly offensive to redheads, Irish, and leprechauns? Sure.
Yes, it will.
Came up with Lucky Strike brand cigarettes.
Yeah.
What was it? Lucky Stars? Lucky Strikes?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. See?
Oh.
I wasn't allowed any happiness in terms of cereal as a child.
Yeah.
I often got just bags. My mother would give me a 5-pound bag of oats at the first of the month.
It was in a burlap sack.
In the winter. And then she'd get back on her gallant steed and ride away for the winter as I tried to survive. I was 9 at the time, and I had no tools, which is why I was somewhat brought up by a feral bear and raccoon. And the inclusive, the fact that they were different species and they were mating was really kind of a beautiful, progressive sort of.
Quite a sight.
General Mills was like, burn the woods. No, you are not allowed. Oh, by the way, if you want to know why it was green, it was because I got this special. I saw, how, by the way, we're going to get to this. This is how I do comedy. I notice on stage, I do a setup. And then I say, I'm done with this premise, and I move along with no joke. So just like what happened here, my storytelling is actually just like the comedy. But I got this like specialty black licorice.
Oh yeah.
And for essentially 2 meals, a lunch and dinner, I just ate out of this bag of heavily dyed, I'm sure,
I've been there. Yeah.
whatever. So I looked it up, and it is a common problem with licorice. I was so concerned, and they're like, it doesn't. There's no way. Your body's like, no, we don't want this.
Yeah,
This is
like,
not.
we're getting rid of this immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not for you. This is the balls on you to put that in your own mouth for me to pry you. I have some issues with my organs. The
Yeah.
law sat me down with like an intervention. My liver's like, it's too much, man.
Stop it. Yeah.
Stop. I feel like shit. I'm bloated. You're gray. Oh, well. Here we are, another very unnecessary episode of Unnecessary Talk. And Josh Willis is, of course, still dying.
Oh, jeez.
I checked in with him. By the way, I know that you sent a 3-way message saying, "I hope you're doing okay," and I didn't follow up, but I followed up privately to a private message.
Oh, good.
Because I
good
know
call.
you were thinking like I'm a scumbag because I never said anything.
Didn't think about it.
I don't think I'm
at
gonna
all.
make.
Yeah.
Like I might not be alive for next week's show, and I was like, I need a hard yes. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna need.
Hey, can
We
you
need to
pin
know how
that
many
down a little
bagels to
bit?
get. Like so, if you could schedule your intense hemorrhoid surgery, then 47 years, I've never seen a hemorrhoid so large.
Yeah.
It made it all worth it. The years of looking at men. It's like finding gold. It was gold. I knew there was a God that day. I'm back in the theater world again.
Oh yeah.
And, it's
Oh, because you're taking
the things with the
Yeah.
guys, and then the other guy's got the camera, and then he presses the record, and then he says, "Not good."
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not good.
I'll be honest with you. In the history of this organization, we've never refunded a dime. And under good consciousness, I could not put my head on my pillow tonight next to my wife, Deborah, and sleep well knowing that I have taken your shekels. By the way, I got my mug out. As you can see, it's not as bad as I remember, but it's faded. Compared, you have to. A
it's still
true fan would remember. I sound like I've been drinking. I haven't. It's actually the first speaking right in the theatre. What didn't I do? You didn't come in. You didn't get used to this. These are actually how they go, and I die 1,000 deaths.
Oh,
And the
I would be.
theatre.
Yeah.
And yes. You must connect with the room. You must breathe. Did you do your breathing? No. Nay, you did not do your breathing. In through the mouth, out through the nose, blah, blah, blah. But it's like that. And I'm in a new situation.
Oh.
I don't know what it was. I had 2 activities this week. I made a stellar impression on one, and I made a very, very bad one on the other.
Oh boy.
One is a straight man, and one is a straight woman, but they're theater. So when I meet another man, and what I mean is even a baseline, like basically older straight guys in theater, right? As you get older, the numbers shrink down.
Oh yeah.
And there's like another guy. Like I don't do sports or anything, but I'm like, oh, there's a guy with a head out backwards. At least like we could, in an emergency, we could fight each other to the death or something. But it's just
So you feel comfortable.
It's just rare, and then you're like, oh, it's another guy that you can that it's great, because I spend most of my time with the gay guys because they have hot girlfriends. This is what you people don't understand, but that doesn't matter anymore because now sex is no longer even on the table.
Yeah. Forget about it.
What was the point? Oh, so I go in. Basically, I might hyperbolize here, but there were high fives. We're drinking Miller Genuine drafts. We had lawn chairs out. We had the grill going. 2 men we met in the theater. We had masculine theater talk. Hey, how about those dark wool curtains there? Whatever, right? Chekhovian, which I thought was a law firm. Chekhovian and Myers.
Realtors.
So then I go into the other one, and it's First of all, I don't know what happened, but I was she was speaking. She was doing the theater, and down with the
Wait,
scarf.
was she a teacher or a student?
Yes. No.
Teacher. Okay.
No. This is a longtime professional theatre teacher. I'm not saying the name because of.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I don't need to.
You got to protect the innocent.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why the one guy was just like, oh, it's like a guy that I could be like nice Ford hubcaps there, right? Man stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about those
Radiators.
How about those? They used to be called the offensive word. I don't know what the new team is, but how about that new team that used to be called the old thing is now the new thing? I don't know. Great team.
Yeah.
Good
Washington
Sunday.
something or others.
Yeah, I watched it on the Teletini. Okay, so then I go into the other one, and the instructor, and it was like it is if you were to just be like, I need to write a typical long time Broadway. You know, she's been on Broadway. I've been on this.
Yeah.
You know, so she's obviously
Apples,
the boss.
oranges. Yeah.
But she came in, and now I felt different. Is this what other people other than white men feel like? I felt different in the room because it was all gay guys and all young women, right?
Uh-huh.
So with that is just like, why is the custodian sitting in the back of the class?
Yeah. Were you wearing that flannel number?
What was I did wear? No, I changed clothes. I wore something nice.
Okay. Good.
I don't know. I tried to dress. You know, I would only wear a tracksuit to like an improv fun class.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't actually wear one. I mean, I would want to wear one, but they are, you know. So the male teacher's like an LA guy, so he's got the long hair, and you know he's probably done things in his day that things do. And then she is New York Broadway. I studied with Uga Hagen and Hagen Doss.
Oh yes. The duo.
Volkswagen, all of the great acting teachers. Check off, check on. I don't know. Cashier. I don't know if any of these are working. If you're into
they're
Russian
good.
theater, these jokes are killing.
Yeah.
Right? So she's all with a scarf. And so I don't know, she like brought her own fans with a scarf that's like flowing like a Beyonce video where she's just on Broadway. And it was right out of the gate, and she's like, I hate that white men run the world. Let's breathe. So like during so they do breathing exercises like some sort of knockoff therapist or yoga thing. And I do them because they do. They center you, but you feel a little ridiculous when you do them. But whatever.
Yeah, you gotta let go.
You got to do.
Yeah.
You signed up for it. You know what I mean? You're paying money for this person to have you breathe down from 10. Does it seem a little bit like? But she was just like white men, like. We are all sick of it, of white men owning businesses. They should know. It was like, all of a sudden, I was just like, what? And she's just like an old white Jewish lady from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously, she spends all day, everything that our country is fighting towards, that's all she's immersed in all day. She's all, like, example, they asked us, what are your pronouns? Right? Now, what I love is that all of the international people are like, I don't know what that is. Like, this is only in our
in
bullshit
America.
country of bookends. I know we all know these are the ones that matter, and then there's like farms, corns, and shit, and whatever.
Yeah.
Jesse James.
Maze.
I get you. Museum. Old revolvers in the sand. I get you. Dusty sarsaparillas. But we can all agree that this is what matters. This is to feed these people. Right? Help me out. Where's I going with that? I've gone too far. down the line.
Pronouns. Ask
Pronouns.
pronouns.
Oh, so she's like, "What are your pronouns?" They go around, and I was like, "Well, we already did this. It's the efficiency. We already had to fill out all of these questions,
on the paperwork. Yeah.
right? So why are we spending 20? Like as a business person,
She's outing everyone.
and I'm counting my money, right? And then there was the last, was like they, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't care, but there was a they, and I was like, oh shit, there is a they. I didn't think there'd be a they. There was a they. My lady's sister came out, and she's from a very small town in another state that doesn't really matter. That one was for me. And like I didn't realize how much time I spend with transgender, gay, bisexual people with comedy at the clubs and in acting
Right.
and in the theater. I guess I've been doing it so long that I have such a disproportionate number of those, like the lady,
Yeah.
where I spend so much time with gay guys, and I've worked with. There are great trans comics are out there now, being comfortable, which is a great point of view. But she's just like, I've never seen one in life. It's like she's hunting for elk in the woods, and she's
Wait,
whispering,
wait. Your sister,
the
or
sister,
oh,
the
okay.
sister-in-law, you know?
Sister-in-law. Okay.
So she's like, I've never seen one. Like the fact that like for her to see a trans person is like mind blowing. But I'm in Hollywood, so it's like I go walk to Santa Monica Boulevard. I can bring you 8. They're gonna charge you $100 a handy, but I can bring you. I can literally go to budget, rent a car, get a minivan rental, go down, get them all in about 25 minutes. It's the efficiency of budget rent a car, which is what you should be taking away from this.
Yeah. They get you in
Go
and
to
out quick.
budget.com/UNT for 1 free cup holder upgrade.
Oh.
Offer expires 2/22/2022. So okay. In summation, she's talking about Trump and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, this is not, as a business person, I'm like, this is not what I'm paying for. Like, you're missing the point. I don't care at all what you're saying right now, because the place you work at is owned by a white person. A white man just gave money to another white man in order to pay you to come here and tell me to breathe so you could pay for your studio apartment and Van Nuys and your cat food and your ice creams and your lonely parking spaces where you're on the street and you got to go back and forth Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. It's like the Godfather. It's like Apollonia, the Godfather. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Michael. Okay. So it's just a very different. And I was falling asleep.
Oh,
I don't know. My white male body shut down. It was just like, you can't pay for this and pay attention. And this started to happen. And I started falling asleep. And then during her tirade on how I am the enemy, she called me. She caught me falling asleep to her words. So, and then she went around and she asked everyone to talk about herself. And when she got to me, she's like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "I'm from New York." "Oh, I thank you." She closed the book and moved right on.
And we're done here. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, I am already the one was so, it was like, yeah, high fives. The other was like, oh my God, you are not a bad bitch. Listen, I couldn't. In fact, I'm doing a show in which I'm the only straight person doing the show. I'm the minority. I'm scared. What if someone kisses me and I like it? I don't know. Lester, I think.
Hey, just go with it.
Listen, we have. We're bringing our boy Cliff Beach, and we're gonna have guests, I guess, but we're just friends who catch up, basically. But we're having Cliff Beach. He's coming back. He's gonna join us. We're gonna do some things. I don't have anything prepared, but we're gonna talk some talks about how the city eats your ass. Back after this. Join me tonight, March 1st, 2022, 9 p.m. at the Sunset Grill in Hollywood, California. They have wonderful celery. Man,
Greetings. Greetings.
We're back, baby. We're back. At Cliff Beach Music, cliffbeachmusic.com. 8-year Black Valentine's. Producer and performer at Harvell's. Burlesque. Horns. Funky stuff. He's a legend. And he's not afraid to let you know on his shirt.
Yep.
He is... Will Smith can suck a D. Cliff Beach, everybody.
Oh, I would
That's on
pay
the
to watch
back.
that movie for sure.
Yeah, what do you guys feel about that? Why did he go on television and just let his wife be like, oh, I sucked so many dicks? Like, why did that?
Yeah, I heard
Right?
about that.
Don't look at me, Cliff, like you don't know what I'm talking about. When
Well,
Jada Smith was,
that's
said they had
called.
an open.
See, that's what
The
guys
tea.
where I'm from say. It was an entanglement with who
Who was
various-
sucking the D?
Jada Pinkett was sleeping
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
with the
of course.
Weeknd or something.
With the weekend?
know.
He's a young fella.
With the weekend, on the weekend. We
Who
don't
was
know.
it? Who? I don't even know.
It was like someone they moved into the house. Like some.
That's always good. Have another man. That was just come on.
But they have an open thing anyway, and I think
Yeah.
they're both bisexual. It's a whole thing. And now the kids have a thing, which I don't care about because rich people kids are boring.
Yeah, I hate them. They can all
With
go
the
to
kids
hell.
have a thing?
You
What
know, it's
kind
like
of
a
thing?
Freddie Prinze Jr. You're gonna get a bunch of work. You're gonna hit 28, and there, Hollywood's gonna throw you aside.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Sorry, your dad died. Suicide OD, one of the two.
Well,
Hey.
I love those Dean Martin roasts with him though.
And remember when Will Smith got rid of his aunt? They had this feud. He was like 17 on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They were
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
write the aunt, and then
Yeah, they
she was
got
like,
rid of
this-
Aunt
this-
Viv.
I-
and
she
replaced
she wanted it to be above his name or something, and he was
Oh.
like, we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah.
her. Happens.
It
I
happened.
mean,
Don't
I
mess
love
with.
Will. I mean, if there was no Quincy, there'd be no Will. He greenlit that, so there you
And there
go.
would be no Rashida Jones.
Also true.
Yes.
Let us
Rashida.
take a moment of collective silence for Rashida
Yes.
Jones.
Did she die?
No.
Just
Just,
'cause she's
Of
hot.
appreciation.
Yeah, just 'cause she's hot.
Hot
Just
cla-
'cause she's
okay,
hot.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to know the tone of the silence. Okay.
yeah, I was like, who's that white
We're not
girl?
doing
Who's
it.
that barely black girl on The Office? Now I'm paying
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
And she's not the receptionist. Interesting.
Yeah.
Big fingernails. That would have gave it away.
See, this is why we need we need black at Cliff Beach music.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, no,
Yes. Not,
he can
not
say
to be
the
confused
things.
with my
He
Merle
can-
Hack.
you know what I
uncle.
just saw, and I couldn't get it and save it. Maybe you could pull it up. I saw a video of a black and white video of Richard Pryor singing "Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out,"
Mm.
and it was pretty good. I had no idea. I had no idea that he sang, and I don't know if he was trying to be a
Interesting.
singer, but yeah, right, random. So
I thought you were going to call back about Will Smith and sucking dick with Marlon Brando and Quincy Jones saying that Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando sucked each other's dick.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That you see, I think this is why my success in Hollywood is limited. I have not sucked the right anything, apparently.
Yeah. You definitely sucked the wrong ones.
Yeah.
Bringing you down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. That bridge.
You're wearing red and black as well. Is that for
That's
me?
for you.
or-
That's for
Oh,
you.
nice. I like
That's for
it.
you.
I like it. I thought it was maybe a 90s grunge throwback.
Yeah.
I gotta try to. I love Nirvana. I can't believe he killed himself. It was a shame.
Are you tripping balls, Tim? Is that what that is behind you?
Oh, my
Listen,
God.
what I do is none of your business. I just like
Yeah.
to have a groovy background.
Yeah.
I bet if Tim is gonna get caught, they're gonna find like all the VHS tapes. Why he did it on VHS, we don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's
when he
evergreen.
dies in like 35 years, and it's like cut to his grandkids, and his neighbors come in, and
Yeah.
they pull back the curtain, and it's just all videotapes stacked.
Yeah. And one like child from the attic running out. Like, I'm free.
Oh, God.
If you found, let's say you went to Goodwill or an auction or whatever, right? Butter, better, bricker, better, bricker, better,
Oh,
butter.
yeah. Bitter, butter,
right?
better, becker, becker, butter.
Yeah, you're one of those things. And for $5 you bought an old legal box full of cassette tapes. You go home and it's like Hope Floats, some an old like Christmas choir concert,
Of course.
and then there's a snuff film, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you see like you see some businessman's hands with diamond rings just choking the life, and she's like, Is this cool? Is this gonna work out? Right? And you can just see the Hollywood life, like the bus she took here from Des Moines is just, she has forgotten.
Yeah. That's not my problem.
What would you
she's
do?
Probably dead. She's probably dead. That's not even worth digging that cold case up.
Right. So you wouldn't feel the need to go and report the snuff film.
Oh, I would.
You would.
I'm-
So if you got a,
But what if it's like your grandpa's tapes that you've inherited? You're gonna like
that's what. Yeah. So there
Oh,
you go.
I
I love
see what
that.
you're
I
saying.
love that. Add a
That's
family.
a wrinkle. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a serious wrinkle.
I'll one up it. I'll even take his idea. Your father. Let's keep the
there
gap
you
small.
go.
Who
Yeah.
you love, who raised you with his hard hands, and you'd actually chopped down the wood, made you fire and meat, and brimstone.
Why'd you make me brimstone, Dad?
So brimmy.
Would you sell your father out, Tim, is the question.
Yeah. So
Oh
there you
man,
go.
that is a really tough question.
This question really took shape there at the end. Would you rat your father out for murdering a prostitute that he filmed and then had sex with the dead body?
Or keep the family secret.
Jeez.
What would you do, bud?
I think this is one of those things you don't know until it happens. Like you don't know if you're gonna, run into battle or run screaming away from it.
The crazy thing is that your mind will start to piece it all together. You'll start to see flashbacks of your childhood of other choking things where you're like, oh, I should have seen that red flag. But
yeah.
probably exists somewhere.
I feel like
the dog.
with time, I think it would just take me a minute. Not an actual minute, but an amount of time to come to grips with it and be like, I gotta turn this fella in.
Yeah. Maybe my rabbit didn't go to
But what
heaven.
if he's already okay? Okay. What if he's dead? So like you're going through your file, like it's an old sad thing, and so now he's getting away with it. Would you still go to the police and rat him out, knowing that he can't do anything?
I think so, because wouldn't the victim's family want closure? Huh? I've seen shows.
This is why.
What you do is you go to the grave, you dig a hole, you throw in the tape, and you forget about it.
Tim, this is why no one offers you drugs. Like this is it. This is why. Like no one can try. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. And
I've got
about
narc written all over me.
You would give it up so easy.
Yeah.
It's not even Guantanamo style. Like literally, they offer you a soda and you just spill the bean.
Do you got a Dr. Pepper? Yeah.
You were arrested for white collar crime, and now you're undercover, being like, I just need to buy some drugs, kids.
Guys, do you have any of that sweet reefer? Yeah.
Can I get some of that?
I can't wait to graduate and go to college.
Right.
What do you guys,
Well, shot out 18-year-old.
What have you?
Drugs really mess up a man. Damn.
Yeah, looking like 30 Jump Street. Jesus. All right. Well,
I gotta get a new headshot so bad because I'm like, I posted one picture. I'm like this fat chubby picture. The next one was like, my headshot's getting so old where it's starting to look like sad. Like when an old female real estate agent from Long Island hasn't updated the picture on the sign, still black and white, her hair's in a coif.
Oh right, yeah. It's got like
you can age yours. Like you can just put it in one of those apps and just age it up.
That's true, yeah.
Now that's cost effectiveness. Now that's how you stretch your headshot dollar.
Yeah.
But those
it's
are
like, let's give this skull a face. And they can make the face digitally. They can do that for you.
They can do anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, the point is I wanted to talk about the city of Los Angeles. I'm going to tell a very quick story, and that I was hoping that we could all expand on that.
Good.
The pandemic just happened. I was waiting to get back on and do stand-up, right? I don't know anything. I don't know how to do it. I suck. I'm new. I go, and I tried to do open mics. Couldn't find an open mic. I kept going and going. They were changing dates, blah, blah, blah. I just went, and I auditioned. And I was lucky enough to get booked, and I met a guy. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. I heard it. Yeah. And he had just moved here from another state to here, and he just had moved here that day because he wanted to be a comedian, and he's going to come to Flappers in Burbank, and we're going to do it. So we auditioned together. We both got passed. He's been doing it for 7 years. I was like, that was my first kind of actual time doing it, like the audition itself. So we were talking, and he was telling me, he's giving me his lines. He's boop, boop, and he's like, I've been doing this for 10, 15 years. I get paid $3,000 a night. $3,000 a night. I'm like, oh, great. I said, I lose money. I said, by the time I go to the bar, I lose $60 every time.
The gas to get here.
And the thing, right. And he's like, my fan base, and you can already see where this is going to go, right? So he's telling me the list of why he's great, and it's very Hollywood where it's all people Cliff will attest to this. They'll just tell you all about them, and then you're supposed to care, but they don't care about you. But we care equally. but somehow you want me to care more than you want to care yourself. We know those types. We don't have to call out any people.
Jesus.
Wait a second. Wait. Is that like kill the white man? What was that symbol? Was that a Black Power thing?
Those are extra glasses on top of my glasses.
Bro, I think that's a Black Power thing. Dude, are you taking a hit out on me? No. Oh my God. Am I going to get whacked by the Green Lantern? Okay.
Yeah. So, them the nuts.
So he got booked. They told him he got booked right away. They didn't book me. I don't know if you guys remember. Probably not, but it took weeks, and they were like, "No, you're booked on a show on the same night." Yeah. So we went and performed, and it was all great. We talked backstage, and we both did the Flapper show, and then he's going out. I see him going to the other clubs, and it was really aggressive. And then 2 weeks later, he's liking my stuff. We were writing back and forth. Hey, have a good show, break a leg. Then he's just gone. All of a sudden, he's already gone. It took 30 days, including between Christmas and New Year when this town doesn't exist, right? Where everything's pretty much closed. It took 30 days to crush a man's spirit, in which he just posted on how he's decided to quit comedy altogether. I'm back home. It's over. But the post was, I don't want to read the post because it'll give it away, but it was a post telling him, like, I need to spend more time with my family, but he doesn't have a family.
Oh, so, it's kind of like what the like a senator does.
Senator when he got caught with an intern. Yeah. But he's quitting comedy to spend time with a family that he doesn't have yet, that he will one day get by quitting comedy. Obviously, he just quit, but he wants they put the spin on it. But he's like, nah, it didn't work out. But he's like, oh, it was all going very well. I was doing I could have easily I was burnt, I was doing so great, but I'm back home. Now I've talked about this and how this town fucking eats it up. Yeah. This was the fastest I've ever seen. This is a man who had 10 years more experience than I have, right? He's seeing me day one. He's getting paid $3,000 a night. In my mind, I was like, dude, it's better to be the big fish in the small pond. If you are actually making $3K a night, then you should stay.
Oh, for sure.
Over there and build your center out, right? But the town, everyone's always lying to themselves the most, because now when you read these, because any sort of self-aware person who can read these posts are like, yeah, all this shit is bullshit. You came out, you're like, I hate it. I'm no longer the king, and it's going to take years and years and years to get any sort of anything, and it's not worth it. But I've never seen a town, and he was talented. That's the thing.
Oof.
He was good. So if he sucked, I would get it. But he was funny. I was laughing. The crowd loved him. But I don't know what happened. But this town spit you out. So what I wanted to talk about is how Los Angeles, and why I talk about anybody who has the ball, anybody who does anything to better their lives is a winner to me. If it doesn't work out, at least you tried. You do it for you. You have fun. No one cares about this. I'm doing it for me. Cliff is generous to have his time. Tim Hall is generous to have his time. I got time.
He got lots of time.
So I just kind of wanted to talk about how this town is so rough and how it is. I'm just so surprised to see it happen that quick. And I don't know if you guys have experiences where people come and you think, when you see talented people burn out, I don't know if you've had experiences with that.
Yeah, actually, you said something that made me wonder. The thing about, do you think that there's part of you has to have that sort of like you're fooling yourself attitude just to survive? Like you got to be able to say, yes, I'm the greatest. I mean, it's like a fake it till you make it type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not the greatest, but
worthy. Yeah.
In my peers, the way that I view it is other beginners in comedy.
Uh-huh.
If I'm keeping up with other beginners, that's my line. But his line is he's been doing it for 10 years.
Right. But he's been doing it in the small pond. I think you have to have realistic expectations. I mean, that's why, in New York, Frank says, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York, LA, you go there, you're going to burn out. A lot of people don't make it. But if you can make it there, everybody else will
Make it
pretty much
anyway.
accept you.
And
But-
you did it your way.
Right.
Other
Oh,
Frank
hold on.
Sinatra style. Old Blue Eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said he was making $3,000 a month and then he stopped and he just hung himself.
No.
That's what I
A
thought.
show.
Yeah. $3,000 a show. $3,000 a show.
That's
so I
fine.
think again, you know,
Even
when you're
$3,000 a month. How many comics make that?
Yeah.
right. I mean, well, it depends. Like if he's from, you know, what I call the flyover states and he's making his good money and he's making Daryl and his other brother Daryl laugh about
I call it the
redneck jokes,
heartland.
that's a different thing. Then you come to LA and it's like you have to realize with expectations that you're in a new pond, that you have to start from scratch, that nobody knows you and nobody
Right.
cares.
You're not the hottest chick. You might have been the hottest cheerleader in town, but just like, oh, you're a 7 here. I know.
Yeah.
You're hot in your farm town with your hard hands and your thick women. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
Kansas City is a
The
City,
Kansas City rub. That's what I call
Yeah.
it. That's when I get jerked off in a massage parlor on I-90. I don't know.
and that's why they serve up Kansas City ice water, which is just all the clear liquors on ice.
Oh.
Oh, I would try that, says the alcoholic. Ooh, a new experience to alter my state. Much like
Please.
California.
But 30 days is too short. I think LA the first year is the toughest. You got to really make it through 12 months if you're going to make it.
I didn't even learn what. I don't know. It took me 10 years to learn what the actual layout of the state was. Like in terms of, I can like after 10 years, I can now go to any part of LA. But it took even the first 2 or 3 years. You don't know what Santa Clarita is. Like to you, that's so far, or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Culver City versus Hollywood. When you're in your 20s, everything is. Because I think Cliff and I, and to you too, Tim, we were used to, in college at least, very compressed cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now everyone's in the car. We're used to walking around, guys coughing on you, you see a hobo jerking off, and
All the time.
in an alley.
I seek it out. Yeah.
That's a good time.
I feel bad for the guy who got canceled because he started something called bum fights. Like, didn't it like, yes, people got hurt, but isn't it capitalism at its finest?
Yes,
Okay,
and
let's not
nobody's
talk-
looking for them. So
And it's
they
kinda
need
like-
something to do.
But why
If a
not
tree
bump
falls in the
sex
woods,
tapes?
you know.
I've always thought that. I thought like if you're doing what's it called? Like, prostitution is not legal, but like if I film it, it becomes adult film. That's legal. Why? I don't get it. But
Well, it's because of the lack of
because they're
separation of
actors,
churches.
it's bullshit.
Most women act like they're having a good time when they're having sex with me anyway. So
I
by that
actually like
rationale-
when they don't have a good time. That's my turn.
That's
But no,
your kink.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We
Go to
clips
sleep.
into the mascara down the cheek,
Your disdain is intoxicating.
and that kind of
Lady.
that stare out into the glossy-eyed abyss of nothingness
Yeah.
and regret.
Yeah. Yeah, behind the eye. You know, the eyes are what is so behind.
Yeah. When they look a little bit like that elk I was hunting, and they're on the hood of a car, and you stopped at a gas station, you come back, and it's just.
No, that's true. I had sex with a girl once, and at the end she said, "Don't look at me like I'm worth anything." That's like literally what she said to me. It was damaged, like 100%. It was bad.
Well,
Put a
And I
band-aid
net
on it.
immediately.
did you have sex with her again after
Yeah.
that? Was that the last time you had sex with her, or did you have sex with her one more time?
I had to have it one more time.
Yeah. See, you're so sick because you're like, oh, okay. Oh, there's a new baseline of what is acceptable. Oh,
Yeah. It was like, wait to have the sex with me before you show the disappointment. That's what I say. Just let me.
Let
Give it the
me
college
disappoint
try.
you. Yeah.
yeah. I have
get
that
it.
with the lady likes to. Like I had to tell her like she could like. Look at Tim's whole body language shifted. Basically, is like the amount of time from the orgasm to when you can make a joke. Like you gotta like keep it.
Oh, you got to have a little space.
Yeah, you gotta give it like 5 or 10 seconds before some nerd reference comes out about style. Like you gotta keep it sexy for just those few extra seconds.
Yeah, I'm not Boba Fett.
What I'll notice is when she's like, look, when she's really busy and I'm just a task that needs to be completed. Like I'm still going through it, and she's already moved on to washing the dishes or something. She's like, all right, are you done? I'm like, not. I'm okay. She's like, well, that's clear. But we're very happy together.
boy.
Very happy together.
Eventually, there'll be an app. to just get
Orgasm
somebody to
idea.
come over. There you go. Oh.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I wish this was less accurate. Like but that's pretty much it. But 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 this town, isn't it crazy how fast people come and go? And it's sad to see, if I may, your friends go. This town, you meet so many nice and talented people, but it's not like that. My college girlfriend stayed where she was with her happy family, like they're like the Osmonds or whatever, and then every Sunday they get together. It's like this whole family of charcuterie and happiness of local thing, and they just have the same people and come out to the pool, neighbor, and watch the deer and the sunset and mosquitoes and all that happy stuff. But here, they just come and go, and you forget.
That's true. There's less of a community or a stable community. Yeah.
I think also people find out they weren't as good as they thought. They didn't have the chops they thought.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Yeah. You don't think I know? You don't think I should have made it by now? I mean, I did some, in Japan. I've done some, I've done things, but nothing that is worth bragging about. As you fellas may or may not know, I'm foolishly agreeing to give half away my property and
we want prenup.
Yeah, well, no, I'm trying to get a prenup, but she's okay with it, but not okay with it. And my thing with a prenup is all the prenup has to say is that you have I have mine, and then we have ours. That's all it says.
No, it means you leave the way you came in with nothing. Hit the bricks.
Hit the bricks.
Yeah, so we're playing this little game, and I think it's a business thing. It's not a love thing. But like, realistically, how could you stay married to me? You don't think? Come on, come on.
Stick around.
Yeah.
Come on.
What was the point of that? Oh, so I got 30 days. We're making it happen. I'm on the final countdown. Various things are getting.
It's the final countdown.
Nobody else wanted to come. Nobody else wanted to come back in. Come back in. Come back in. This is why my neighbor's like, please don't bother. Please let me just take the trash can out. Let me just take it out. I just want to put my refuge in the bin and bring it 10 feet onto the street. I don't want a relationship. So
but you can't really have that kind of split everything because you can't Solomon split the baby.
It's
the other guy that Solomon said no to was just like, he thought it was a good idea. Right?
Yeah.
He's just like, no, it was Solomon's idea.
It was.
Wait, yeah, he was like, hey, well, let's
yeah.
And the mom's all like, please, not my baby.
He was so smart. He's wicked smart.
Yeah, he's wicked smart.
That's what he was.
He's wise.
But the date's coming up very quickly here, and I went to try on my suit. So,
when did you get the suit?
Is Seersucker still in?
Yeah, it's not good. I was eating a hot dog while watching a Matlock marathon. So I try on my suit, and there were several inches between the buttons. I mean, like,
oh man.
I mean, it was like a Nora Ephron screenplay, huh? Like that lady, just long and not and just you just distant. You know what? It was like is Israel and Pakistan or something like it. They refused to, but it was so much space. So I just said to the lady like, well, I guess it's 30 days. Should I start my diet? Should I start my diet tomorrow? And then she said, "We can start it today."
She's looking at the numbers. Yeah.
Can they not extend or let it out or work around?
I don't know. I think it's actually. I think realistically, it's not going to be prepared in time. In fact, that I should go. Yeah, but look at this. For breakfast, I had a can of tuna, and I'm eating this veggie plate with none of this.
Yeah, you can't have that. That's sealed.
But I don't know. I mean, 42 hit me hard. It is such an unattractive body because it all is in the middle. Like it's just it moved up as much as it's moved down. So it's just like there's a ring of Saturn around me with just chips and Cheetos floating in the atmosphere.
It's keeping your penis warm.
You've got
I don't know. So basically, what the odds of me getting on that suit, I think I need to go buy a new suit.
What about a paper clip or a safety pin and a longer belt. You know, just you get the belt around there, and then you safety pin the. It won't even. So it's a V. Okay.
What if we do a 30-day challenge, like starting today? We get you into that suit.
Well, that's what I'm doing. So I had a can of tuna for breakfast with just a little salt, pepper, just a little olive oil, right? Because, you know, abundanza, right? Eat some vegetables. See, now that I'm a dad, food is really, it comforts me. I don't smoke.
Yeah, it's the one thing you got.
It's the one thing that.
Well, what's the
lets me
exercise
have my
you're gonna
feelings?
do?
Like, let me feel the fat and sodium soak into my heart disease-ridden body.
There you go. It's visceral
Doctor was
fat. That's
astonished.
what you're looking for, the word, where it's just in the
Yeah.
middle. But yeah,
Subcutaneous.
exercise. You got to start hitting your steps. You got to start pumping iron. That'll push the fat out.
Well, I don't know. But you know what I've been pushing?
Diuretics, water pills, all that.
Oh, dang.
All that stuff.
Enemas.
Yeah, like when you wrestle, then you have to throw up to weigh in. Like that. You just gotta
I don't know
get
if I'll do
down.
that. I'll probably just have a salad.
Maybe
It's
you
like
should wear
getting
some
into
trash
acting
bags.
weight. You know, you have a role in 30 days. You're gonna play the part of a dutiful husband. You need to fit in the suit.
Yeah. Well, we shall see what happens.
I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, choking? You need the Heimlich, the Hoover, where we suck it out? The Hoover maneuver. It's like the Heimlich. It came later.
This is getting serious.
Oh, no. If you're by yourself, you got to ram your stomach into the chair.
This is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges. And I'm Brian Sturges. Follow me at MrBrianSturges.com. No. At Mr. Brian Sturges. BrianSturges.com. Hey, Cliffy's CliffyMusic.com.
He's got tears in his eyes.
At Timothy Hall Music. At TimothyHallMusic.com. You just see the carrot?
Oh, God.
MoreLifeChoices.tv. See you next Tuesday.